In this class, we are going to learn about the basics in wireless communication. So here, with some basic concepts, we can able to understand what is really wireless communication, and also how we can able to practically develop and implement the process of communication in this wireless mode. So mainly, if you want to transmit a data in wireless, then we need the support of a transmitter and a receiver. So studying about these basics with this propagation models are considered very important. First of all, what is wireless communication? Wireless communication is a method of transmitting information from one point to another. So here the media is wireless, but wired media means we can say that like wire or cable or any kind of physical medium, but here we are not using that. So air is the free air medium now. So when the signal is moving from one transmitter to another receiver on free air, so now we can say that air takes the signal in the form of electromagnetic wave. So to understand the wireless communication concept, we need to know about the characteristics of the wireless communication. So one is how far the signal can able to travel. That is one important characteristics we need to know. The second thing is how strong the signal is, and next we can say about how reliable it is, because based on the distance between the transmitter and the receiver, we can say that the signal power or the signal strength will be maintained. So when the receiver is very close to the transmitter, we can say definitely it has good power. But if the receiver is very far from the transmitter, then we can say that the signal power slowly decreases with increase in the distance of separation between the transmitter and the receiver. Then, to know something regarding the wireless propagation characteristics, we can say when we start to transmit the data from a transmitter to the receiver, we can able to say that when the transmitter and the receiver both are very near, we can able to attain a line of sight component, we can say. So the radiated signal will reach the receiver on the direct path, or we can say direct path signal. And about radio wave propagation mechanism, we need to consider three things basically. One is reflection, diffraction, and scatter. So these three are the things which we normally consider. Then, to know something in wireless propagation characteristics, here we can say that when the receiver is located far away from the transmitter, then the strength of the signal or the wave decrease, and also we can say that we can able to predict the signal strength at a receiver point. We can able to predict the signal strength. Thus we can able to know that what is the signal power we have on that spot from the transmitter. So this is somewhat a challenging task when practically look on because every area, the atmosphere or the location is not very clear or feasible, because the land situation, the land location and obstacles available, these all will actually cause some impact on the signal. So simply we can say the surrounding environment. Features of the wireless communication. Here we can say like the evolution of the wireless technology. So with the evolution of the wireless communication, we are getting a lot of advantage and more things we can able to do in our day-to-day life. So the transmitter distance can be anywhere between the transmitter and the receiver. So here, like example, television remote control, or for a kind of radio communication. So based on the transmitted distance at which the receiver we can able to predict the signal strength. So this will vary for certain kind of applications. Then wireless communication can be used for cellular telephony or for internet and home internet networking. So for all these kind of things, we can able to utilize the wireless communication. Then when we talk about the applications of the wireless technology, here we can consider GPS, some garage door openers, wireless computer mice, handsets, headphone, satellite television, cordless telephones. So these are the things we normally use for various kind of purpose in our life. And the wireless communication help us to have more physical infrastructure in the way it has been deployed. So with the use of the wireless communication system, that is the transmitter, then the receiver, then the media, that is a physical medium, we can able to understand the physical structure of the communication pattern available. Several advantages of wireless communication is available, and here one of which is cost. So cost of utilizing things with wireless networks is cheap when compared to the wired communication. So for example, a company or a concern where we deal with certain things, here we can say like cost will be less. Next, flexibility. So wireless communication enable us to communicate where we are, that is regardless of our location we can able to have the communication. So we can say like very flexible. And next, convenience. So the wireless communication devices like mobile phone are simple, therefore anyone from anywhere they can able to communicate. So a lot of example here we can say like very frequently used thing is Wi-Fi. So without the need of any cables or wire, we can able to have our access with much speed. So speed is another important factor here. The network connectivity will be very fast, accessibility will be very fast. So we can able to have a remote kind of wireless system with much speed. Then constant connectivity. This is another thing which we can say about, ensuring that on an emergency situation we can able to have or maintain good constant connection in whatever application or activity which we do now when moving from one place to another. Then wireless propagation models takes another important thing in wireless communication. One is called large scale propagation model. Second thing is small scale propagation model. The large scale propagation model, we can say like propagation of the signal from one transmitter to one receiver, where we consider that the distance of the separation is too long distance. But in the small scale propagation, we talk about the signal which we receive now from the transmitter is somewhat very near to the transmitter, so that we can say the transmitter and the receiver are located very close, and mostly we can say that a line of sight exists now between the transmitter and the receiver. So that's all. Now the remaining topics we can see in the future class.